Right, this is a walk-around video for a quite exceptional car actually. This is a Honda CR-V 2-litre Executive. It's the automatic car, facelift version 2005. Just 58,000 miles from new, and it's had just the one private owner from new who's had it serviced at the same Honda dealership throughout its entire life. I think from memory he's had it serviced 12 times. We will be servicing the vehicle, although it's not quite due yet, just as we like to check the cars before they go out. But it is a wonderful, wonderful car. Lights and lenses are completely clear and intact. Front of the vehicle is very, very clean. Hardly a stone chip of any note anywhere on that bonnet. It's going to be the odd, very, very light one, but they're going to be few and far between. Coming down the near side of the car, it's absolutely mirror smooth in the panels there. Bear with me 1 second. Apologise for that, just had to let a chap through and give him some directions. But the panel work on this car is absolutely amazing. Front wing completely clean. Front near side alloy, which is one most prone to damage, has none at all. And then down the sides of the vehicle, it's just wonderful. The little door moulding's got a couple of minor chips which have been touched in by the last owner, quite rightly so, but they don't detract. They're exactly what you'd expect to see. Near side rear alloy, again, hardly, well, I can't see any marks on there at all. Coming around the back of the car, it just continues the theme. It's just been kept in quite remarkable condition. I've got to stop repeating that, so do apologise. Around the back again, wheel cover unmarked, and down the off side of the vehicle, as with the near side, just mirror smooth in the panels there. It looks like a car that's about 2 or 3 years old, not, crikey me, 13 years old. Offside rear alloy, again, wonderfully clean. Just the tiniest bit of curbing on that one, but it is minuscule. The remainder of the panel work is absolutely amazing. It's worth pointing out, and I don't know whether I have already, I hate repeating myself, we've not cleaned this car. So final alloy, absolutely beautiful as well. We've not cleaned this car inside or out. I wanted to do this video rarely for me, where the car has actually not been prepared. Because it's so nice. It will be cleaned, albeit it needs the lightest of all, but you'll see inside. Coming to the back now, rear door card, which is normally scratched on these where people sort of damage them, is unscratched or unmarked. Maybe the tiny one, but locking wheel nut keys there, you can see. Chaps had a load liner fitted to protect the carpeted areas underneath, and the boot area is in amazing condition, and a huge boot too. Coming to the back of the car now, again, apart from the fact that the original Honda mats and a full set in here have faded slightly with the years, it just looks like new back here. The rear seats don't look as though they've really ever been sat in. They're incredibly clean. And back of the front seats, as you can see there, just completely unmarked, and again, we normally find kids have been sort of kicking the back of them or marking the plastics. This has to be one of the best I think we've ever had. Coming to the front, again, passenger door card on the front there, just as new. The interior on the front here, again, as with the back, just looks pretty much unblemished. It's amazingly clean. Passenger seat there, again, you can see just virtually zero use at all. Coming to the front now, again, all wonderfully, wonderfully clean. Driver's seat, again, in just beautiful condition, with only the slightest amount of wear where someone's been getting it out. I mean, there you are, I mean, that's it. Just, you know, a bit of boot polish would get rid of that. And then inside there, just absolutely wonderfully clean. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section so you can see the dashboard illuminated. The dashboard, again, uncleaned by us, just looks like brand new. So you see there, sat nav working absolutely perfectly. As I say in the following road test video, air conditioning pumping out absolutely ice cold air, working absolutely perfectly. But it really is a step back in time, this one. Absolutely fantastic. And in there, 58,422 miles, and there's no warning lights on this vehicle at all. This video simply does not do justice or credit to this vehicle, in all honesty. What will follow this video will actually be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre executive. Car's registered FG05VFT. Reason for doing the road tests is basically so you get to see the car actually in operation. That way, if there's any issues on the vehicle, we can and we will relay them back to you. We're well aware that loads of our customers now coming from not just the UK but over Europe as well. Clearly people are willing to invest the time, energy and money to come and see us. The least we can do is do this for you. This follows on from the walk-around video of the vehicle. As you'll know already, I mean, this is a quite exceptional car. Its condition is exactly as we've said on the video. The car drives every bit as good as it looks. Engine starts absolutely instantly, of course. Settles to completely smooth, even idle. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, petrol, diesel or otherwise. But the engine is just a wonderful, wonderful unit. You can tell the very second you pull away in the first 10 yards just how well this car's been looked after. It drives, as cliched as it sounds, exactly as it did when it came off the production line. It's just in amazing condition, mechanically as well as aesthetically. There's no warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is where it should be. But engine is typical of the breed, very keen to rev, very sweet, refined in operation. They're bulletproof reliable. Cam chain driven, of course, so there's no cam belts to worry about on them. But just a really, really wonderful, wonderful unit. They're also got a reputation for reliability completely unmatched in its class. It absolutely pulverizes anything by comparison, not just in terms of reliability day to day, but also the longevity of the engines, because these will do 200,000 miles relatively easily. It's just normal servicing. Engine then feeds through into the Honda automatic gearbox, which again matches the engine perfectly. Gear changes are clean, crisp, sweet. Ratios brilliantly judged by Honda to help with performance and economy. But the gearbox and engine are working exactly as they're meant to. It's just a joy to drive this car. Steering of the car, it tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel of the vehicle at all. The steering feels as tight as it did when it was new. It's got a lovely power steering setup on these. This is old school power steering with, it's hydraulically done rather than electric, which you get on most modern cars, and it's all the better for it in my opinion. It's just got a lovely weight to it. It makes the car feel, and it is a substantial car, but it makes it feel even more secure on the road. The steering is just wonderful. If you remember this part of the video, when you come to drive it, you'll know exactly what I mean. It just gives you a real sense that the car's just planted on the road. It's not jittering around all over the place. Again, can feel no wear in it at all. Suspension on the vehicle, again, what I'm looking for on these road tests is when it goes over a bump, is there any kind of secondary noises coming back through into the vehicle, sort of chattering away underneath? But of course there's nothing on this one. It's smooth, it's silent in operation. You'll hear it hitting a bump like now, but there's none of those sort of other noises. It's also brilliantly judged. I rate this as one of the best riding Hondas of all time. It's got a wonderfully comfortable ride to it. Body control's very good for a tall car. You don't get huge amounts of body roll through the corners. It remains composed, which is why they're such good family cars. Kids just don't get seasick, car sick in them. Certainly mine don't, and they're prone to it. It's just a wonderfully set up car. It's obviously it's not a sports car. It's not designed to be, but it is a brilliant, brilliant family car. Brakes on the car, just going to wait to go around the corner a fraction. Really good brake pedal on the car. Again, what I'm looking for, especially on the initial travel, is just any kind of pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, which might suggest a bit of brake disc wear, but nothing. Absolutely spot on. Looking around inside the car, as I said in the previous section of the walk around video, we've deliberately not cleaned this car, which is probably the first time we've not done that, because because we want to show you the car as original as possible, certainly on the video, because it just, you know, I have to kind of applaud the gentleman for how he's kept this car. I couldn't keep a car as clean as this. He's just kept it in wonderful, wonderful condition. You know, again, videos cannot get across just how amazingly well built these cars are. There's not a murmur from the trim, there's not a creak, a groan, nothing. It feels like I'm sat in a 2-year-old car, just that sense of solidity that's still about the car. All surfaces in beautiful condition. Air conditioning pumping out absolutely ice cold. As you can see, sat nav's working perfectly. Heated seats, I tried those, work perfectly as well. Cool box, so if you've got sandwiches or chocolate, you want to put them in the cool box in there. Cold air comes into there from the air conditioning system, and again, that's working exactly as it should. Cruise control, just checking it now, again, working perfectly. Dashboard in front, which is the latest style dashboard. Again, all the pixelation, all the readouts, everything functioning exactly as it should. Looks like new. Steering wheel looks and feels like new in hand. It really is a true gem of a car, this one. It really, really is. You know, genuinely, whoever's lucky enough to get this one next will be inheriting not only a lovely car, but the gentleman's hard work and investment in this vehicle. You know, and that's why it's not the cheapest out there. We're not even going to try to be, because you know, you don't get cars like this very often, in all honesty. For those that don't know, these obviously are 4-wheel drive vehicles, so basically Honda worked out very quickly that most people are just going to drive like this, so why have the 4-wheel drive whirring along constantly, where it just uses extra fuel, puts extra mechanical wear on the car, and you know, chews up the tyres more quickly. The fact is that this car, there's no switches to operate, there's no buttons to press. Basically, if it senses the front wheels spinning, it'll activate the rear wheels to come in to give you 4-wheel drive, absolutely seamlessly as well. And it's amazingly effective, because I've towed caravans across some pretty muddy pitches, watching other cars getting stuck up their axles, and I've never come close to getting stuck with one of these cars. It's absolutely brilliant. I've genuinely really enjoyed doing this video. We'll do loads and loads of videos. You know, frank and honest in them, but you know, if I needed a CR-V right now, it's a shame I don't care about age or mileage or anything else. This stands out as a truly exceptional vehicle. It really does. However, if I've missed anything on the video, please don't hesitate, give us a call, and we'll happily answer any questions you might have about this car.